Be ready. Start. The court not only noticed breach of time schedule as well as various other irregularities that were committed by the various stakeholders but also returned a finding as to failure of the performance of duties and obligations by the authorities in accordance with law as stated by this court. The court noticed that the case in hand was a clear example of calculated tampering with the schedule specified under the regulations and the judgments of the court with a clear intention to grant admission to less meritorious candidates over candidates of higher merit. To put it simply, it was a case of favorism and arbitrariness. The case in hand also demonstrates how, either way, the career of the students of higher merit has been jeopardized by the abuse and manipulation of provided procedure. While directing initiation of proceedings under the provisions of the Contempt of Courts Act 1971, it held that we have categorically returned a finding that all the relevant stakeholders have failed to perform their duty stroke obligation in accordance with law. Where the time schedules have not been complied with and rule of merit has been defeated, there nepotism and manipulation have prevailed. The stands of various authorities are at variance with each other and none admits to fault. Thus, it is imperative for this court to ensure proper implementation of judgments of this court and the regulations of the Medical Council of India, as well as not to overlook the arbitrary and colorable exercise of power by the concerned authorities stroke colleges. In furtherance to the judgment dated 8th May 2012, the court initiated proceedings against the above defaulting persons under the Act and directed issuance of notice. Upon appearance, time was prayed for on behalf of the contemners to file their reply affidavits, and after they were filed, the contemners were heard at some length by the court. The stand taken by the respective contemners is distinct and independent. However, the stand of contemners C to F is somewhat common, therefore, it would be appropriate for the court to deal with the case of these contemners together. The case of contemners A and G is to be considered together, and finally that of contemner B will be dealt with separately. Without prejudice to the above and in the alternative, the contention raised is that every contempt, whether initiated on application of a party or suo motu by the court, has to be a result of willful disobedience of the orders of the court. Willful disobedience must be proved as a matter of fact. The directions or guidelines issued by this court for general implementation cannot invite proceedings under the Act if they are not strictly adhered to. Such guidelines may not be within the knowledge of a party, and thus their non compliance may not necessarily be a willful disobedience of the order of the court, bringing the case of a contemner within the rigors of Section 12 of the Act. Contempt proceedings can be initiated when an action is between the parties to a lease and not where the court issues general directions. Tendering an apology is not an satisfactory way of resolving contempt proceedings. An apology tendered at the very initial stage of the proceedings, being bona fide and preferably unconditional, would normally persuade the court to accept such apology if this would not leave a serious scar on the dignity stroke authority of the court and interfere with the administration of justice under the orders of the court. Bona fide is an expression which has to be examined in the context of a given case. It cannot be understood in the abstract. The attendant circumstances, behavior of the contemner, and the remorse or regret on his part are some of the relevant considerations which would weigh with the court in deciding such an issue where persistently a person has attempted to overreach the process of court and has persisted with the illegal act done in willful violation to the orders of the court, it will be difficult for the court to accept unconditional apology even if it is made at the threshold of the proceedings. It is not necessary for us to examine in any greater detail the factual metrics of the case, since the disobedience, manipulation of procedure, and violation of the schedule prescribed under the orders of the court is an admitted position. All that we have to examine is whether the apology tendered is bona fide when examined in light of the attendant circumstances and whether it will be in the interest of justice to accept the same. Thank you.